This movie's constant use of pizza just makes me want to eat pizza so badly, and yet I had pizza yesterday, and I could have had it today, but instead I had wings. Pizza. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out the Shadows is the sequel to 2014's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have a lot of people return from the first film, and we have the new additions of Stephen Amell, Tyler Perry, and Linney. So in this film, the Turtles are back. You already know all their names. I'm not going to list off all their names because that's so stupid. Because if you haven't heard the Ninja Turtles, then there's obviously something wrong with you. So then they realize that Shredder has escaped prison. They're like, oh crap, what are we going to do? So then Shredder teams up with Dr. Baxter Stockman and the criminals, Bebop and Rocksteady, and then the Turtles have to fight shenanigans and save the city. I didn't hate the last Ninja Turtles movie. I thought it was okay. I wasn't really expecting much from that film because it kind of looked bleh from the trailers. And I ended up thinking it was an okay film. I wasn't really that interested in the sequel. I was curious because the market was like, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's something entertaining. It looks like it's something that's going to be ridiculous and knows that it is going to be ridiculous. And I gotta say that it is like a stupid Saturday morning cartoon, but I actually had a good time with it. I enjoyed many aspects of it for sure, but I know that there's a lot of problems with it, and I'll get to my problems later on, but let's start with the positives. The Turtles, once again, are incredible here. They were so great in the last film, but they barely had anything to do in the last film. Here, they're pretty much in the movie from beginning to end. It's their movie, and they knock it out of the park. I love the dynamic between all the Turtles. I didn't really watch the cartoon when I was a kid. I've seen a few episodes from time to time. I like the newer cartoon that's on Nickelodeon. I haven't watched it in like 3 years, but I like that incarnation of the Turtles. And I like the way they are depicted in these two films. So yeah, I gotta say that. The action is far more superior in this film than it was in the last one because there's way more. It's high octane, it's pretty funny, it's pretty goofy, and it looks like a cartoon come to life, and that's something that's really enjoyable for me personally. And it was a fast-paced film. It went by very quick, and I love the way Shredder was in this movie. He didn't look like a freaking Transformer. He looked like a normal person. He was a normal person, and then when he put on the suit, he had his claws, but he wasn't like 25 feet tall. It was great. I loved it, but I hated the way his story ended in this film. So that goes into my problems later on, and I'll talk about my flaws right now. The things that I didn't like about this movie were definitely with the script. There were a lot of weak aspects to it, but then again, it's not a movie that's taking itself too seriously, so I kind of understand where people might go by saying, oh, it's not a bad script. Yeah, it's not great by any means, but it knows how stupid it is, and I agree that it is just a script that's like, oh, we're just trying to be charming for the kids and people who grew up with it. The human performances aren't really strong. Like, see, Megan Fox does her thing as April O'Neil. She walks around looking sexy as hell. Yes, she's very good to look at. I will acknowledge that, okay? She's not terrible in this movie. She's average. Will Arnett actually didn't want to make me shoot myself in the face because in the last one, he was horrible. Here, he plays the same character, and he's still an idiot, but he's not as bad in this film as he was in the last one because he didn't really do much that annoyed me. Laura Linney looked like she was just there for a paycheck. The casting was just weird in this movie. The human casting was just a little awkward. Like Tyler Perry, I like it whenever Tyler Perry's outside those horrible Madea films. Like, I loved what he did in Gone Girl. He was decent in Alex Cross. And then to talk about Stephen Amell as Casey Jones, I was so excited to see him in this film because I love him as the Green Arrow, and I'm like, this is going to be a badass incarnation. And from the trailers, I was like, we'll see. It's not that it was a bad incarnation. It wasn't a great incarnation. Like, the performance was good, but I didn't really like the character. I didn't really think the character was as well executed as it could have been. Casey Jones is a very interesting character. In this movie, he's just like, oh, I'm going to put on the mask, and yeah, there we go. No backstory whatsoever. Yeah, he's a cop in this movie. That's whatever. But like I said before, the way Shredder is executed, like, his storyline ends in this movie is horrible. Like, they're like, oh, they're building up so much to his character. And it's like, yes, this is exciting. And then what happens to him happens, and I'm like, no, that's horrible. Middle finger up to you, Dave Green, who is the director of the film. Bebop and Rocksteady. All they kept on doing was like, my man, yeah, my man. Yes, you're criminals. Cool. I like their design, but they did annoy me after a little while, and I'm like, just get the hell off the screen. So when they did leave, I'm like, bye. Bye, Felicia. And then Crane. Oh my god, Crane was horrible here. He was just horrible. Like, get the fuck off the screen, you piece of fucking shit. So overall, I enjoyed Team NT Out of the Shadows, and I think that it is a fun movie to see over the weekend. I'm going to give this film a C+. I didn't hate it. I get why it may not be getting the best reviews. Some people are saying it's worse than the last one. I disagree. This one's much better. So guys, if you've seen the film, please tell me what you thought of it down below. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? My favorite? Mikey and Leo. They're competing. Mikey gets to eat all the pizza. Guys, thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you guys soon.